Whoa! Oh, Phoenix! Louis Swa, is that you? Holy. Oh yeah, the tombstone thing. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's the music. We'll do Siblings Rising first. Oh, if it isn't Reinetier, it's always a pleasure, my friend. And how fortuitous you should appear now, just when I'm in need of help again. Pray hear me out. You see, my brother recently wrote saying that he wished to meet me in Ul'dah during the Rising celebration. However, the appointed hour has come and gone, but I have seen neither hide nor hair of him. I've checked all the likely places in the city to no avail, and I'm beginning to worry if it isn't too much trouble. May I ask you to help me find him? I am in your debt. Now, my brother is a youth, 16, by name of, Nagi. He recently became an adventurer, something he aspired to do since he was little. Being an adventurer yourself, perhaps you know of him, if not cross paths. The previous Rising. It's been a year. Not only did you meet him, you helped him on his way, you say? What an amazing coincidence! That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean you would know where he is now. If he isn't in the city, though, chances are he went outside on some business. To begin with, I propose we split up and make inquiries in case someone has seen him. If you could focus on this area, I shall speak with those in the quicksand. Afterwards, let us reconvene in the entrance to the tavern. And as you guys may have realized, I am back in my old summoner gear. There's a nostalgia to it for me. I like the summoner gear so much. Greetings, adventurer. How may I assist you? We're looking for Catboy. Oh, Nagi. I understand he's doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. Oh, yay. I dare say his client can point you in the right direction. If you can track the man down, that is. I'm afraid I don't know his whereabouts at present. Okay. Something you need? Yeah, have you seen Nagi? Oh, Nagi? Yeah, I know the sprightly lad. Couldn't say where he is now, but last I saw him, he mentioned taking on some delivery work. He's a curious one, he is. Gets along with everyone well enough, but doesn't seem to like working in a team. What with all the talk of bandits prowling the road of late, I can't help but worry. Oh, brother. Something I can do for you, adventurer. If you business with Bran, best state it quickly. This guy has leads to follow and incidents to investigate for the Harbored Herald. Yeah, I'm looking for a Catboy. I see. With apologies, I haven't seen this Nagi. As a matter of fact, I've been rather busy working on my upcoming piece on the Rising. Well, I just earlier was interviewing the ever enigmatic Wandering Minstrel, who's got another unusual venture in the offering. The Letter Forest, he calls it. Huh? That's okay. If that piques your interest, I recommend you go and see the man. He's at the Golden Court over on the Steps of Thought. Okay. It appears Nagi is carrying out some work for the Wandering Minstrel. If you talk to the man at the Golden Court, you should be able to learn more. Right! I am trying so hard not to sing. I'm trying so hard not to sing. Oh my god, I love the music so much. Okay. Ah, my dear friend, what a pleasant surprise this is. I trust you have been keeping well. Now, then, how might this minstrel be of service? Where did you say Nagi? So, Nagi's sister wishes to find him. Indeed, I have entrusted him with a task and have an inkling as to where he might be. As you may have heard, on the occasion of this Rising celebration, I am hosting an exhibit called the Letter Forest. All are invited to anonymously submit letters to this forest and express their gratitude and encouragement for another, and all may peruse the letters at their leisure. Now, in order to collect missives from outside Ilda, I have dispatched a chocobo carriage. Nagi is escorting said carriage. That explains a lot. And oh my god, the chocobo carriage. Except for me, since I'm an not an astrologian. Frick. My brain just left my body. I can't think of what I was before. Okay, I worked on becoming a summoner, so yeah, I forgot the original class's name. I'm dumb, I know. When he contacted me on a link pearl a while ago, he said that they had emerged from the 12 Woods on their way back to Ul'dah. Given the hour, they should have arrived already. I know not what's causing the delay, but my trouble to look for them. I would go myself, except I am needed here at present. Yeah, I can handle it. I am truly grateful. In case it helps, the carriage was meant to pass through the Black Brush Station, so perhaps you could take your search to that area. I pray that nothing has befallen them. Okay, let me see. Wait, go this way, I guess. Or, you know what? Let's do this. Hee 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 hee. Ether shard. Wait. What? I couldn't. Okay, so apparently I don't go to the Black Brush Station on my own. I have to inform and then. Oh yeah, because that's what he said. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go to the other side of the quicksand. There you are. Were you able to learn aught of Nagi? Yeah, you should be near the Black Brush Station. Exploring a carriage for the minstrel, so that's the way of it. As suggested, let us take ourselves to the Black Brush Station and try searching in the vicinity. Yay! Okay, let's go find an ether shard, because we need to go back the way we were going to go. Why can't, for the life of me, I remember right now? Normally, I remember the names off the top of my head, especially since I have been a summoner for so freaking long. And I can't remember what it was originally called before you become summoner or scholar. My brain just completely yeeted out of my head. It's so quiet. Hey! Reinetier, no sooner did I arrive than this man came running, out of breath. Oh no. You're an adventurer? Thank the 12! It's the bandits from the Corvin Mans. They've fallen on a chocobo carriage over by the clutch. Oh crap. The carriage only had one guard and he was sorely outnumbered. Please, you must go help him. Okay. Well, I see what we're doing. It has to be now. You with me, Reinetier? Are Darkness. Fudge! How did it take me that long to remember what it was originally called? Oh, it's a bunch of lawless. Time to punt potatoes. Or puppetos. Excuse me, I'm using the wrong language. Damn it, there's no end to them. We have you now, you stubborn little shit! Oh my god, I love. Enough! Leave my little brother alone, or 12 is my witness. You'll receive such a thrashing as you've never known. From this fearsome adventurer here, that is. Of course. That's fine. I'll send I'll throw Carbuncle at them. They'll be perfectly fine. That's no one. Woman, retreat! Oh. That's what I thought, you little cowards. Leave the sprout alone. Are you alright, Nagi? Hey, it's him again! Sister, and Reinetier too, that you should be the one to come to my aid. Thank you. How have you been? It's been a year. You remembered. Well, I've been, well, more than well. I'm sorry I didn't come when I said I would, sister. Rest assured, I am not too badly hurt. That's a relief. I'll take a proper look at your wounds back in the city. I must say I was quite surprised to learn that you had met Reinetier. Oh yeah, we were talking about this in the last, in the Moonfire Fair, because she was, I think, talking, or I don't freaking know. So many of these match up together. It makes me so happy, but also I get so overwhelmed with emotion. Oh crap, I forgot I did not bring the tissue. Okay, you know what? If I need the tissues, I will go get the tissues. Because 90% of the time I end up crying. At least when it comes to the Rising events. She helped me when I first arrived in Ul'dah, from registering as an adventurer to completing my first task. She kindly showed me the ropes. Now I had suspected that you were a great adventurer, but to send those foes running without even drawing your weapon, that's just incredible. Aww. I still have a long way to go, embarrassing myself like I did. If I want sister's approval, I need to grow stronger and be able to fight on my own. My approval? But first things first. And I have a delivery to make for the Rising. If you excuse us, we will hurry back to Ul'dah. Let us head back as well. I had a mind to pay the minstrel a visit in any case. Oh! Is she going to give a lecture? Or... I mean, I don't know if she's going to want to lecture him or interview him. Oh, joy. Welcome back, my friends. Pleased am I to see that Nagi is safe and well. Rising attendants inform me they have now have all the letters. With this, we may proceed with the letter forest as planned. Thank you, Nagi. I'm so sorry I'm late. You see... And continues to explain that bandits decided they were going to catch you off guard. Right now for Reinetier, there's no telling what might have become of the letters, and in the end, I was utterly useless. Now, that's interesting, though. My brain ends up going off on a tangent on multiple theories that it comes up with after each of these events. So that's how it happened. As Nagi's line, allow me to thank you as well for coming to his aid. That being said, my boy, you are far from useless. Nay, you bravely defended the carriage until help arrived. There is no need to belittle yourself so. Well, Reinetier didn't need to rely on anyone. No, she drove off the bandits with nearly more than a stern look. I couldn't hold a candle to her. Like her, I want to be able to deal with any problem without help. Otherwise, I can't claim to be an adventurer worth its salt. Bro, you do realize that we all start out with we start alone, and then we start with 4. Then we go to 8. Then we go to these giant raids. You will understand. You don't adventure that way without help. Tell me, Nagi, all this time, have you been working alone even for dangerous tasks? That's right, a worthy adventure. That is that is a whole pot of chocobo dung. A worthy adventurer doesn't rely on others. If I am to do the kind of adventure you approve of, I must be able to handle anything by myself. Sir, you got it wrong. I see. It's good to be able to handle things on your own, but sometimes you should rely on others. If that's what you believe, then I cannot consent to you being an adventurer any longer. Return to our village and start over. What? But you were so happy for me when I became an adventurer. Yes, but you're taking it way too dangerous. No, that's not how you do. I'm working so hard to succeed, to prove that to you that I have what it takes, but now you've developed a grave misconception. Until you recognize what it is, I cannot, in good conscience, approve of your calling. If you can't accept this, if you wish to remain an adventurer, then you must win me over, and it begins with pondering why you first embarked upon this path. Yeah, I mean, given a lot of us do tend to do a lot of this stuff on our own, but in the beginning, there is no doing it alone. And in the beginning, we didn't have the freaking trust and stuff so we could solo stuff if we wanted to do the story on our own. Alright, sister, I'll think on this. It's a good backup, though, to be able to do it on our own. But I enjoy doing content with others. The only thing is finding the people who want to do the content with you. I'm sorry you had to see that, Reinetier. Despite how it may have appeared, no one wants my brother to succeed more than I do. To succeed and to be happy. After all, I know better than anyone how hard he works. Unless he changes his ways, however, he is likely to die somewhere out there. And even if he manages to stay alive, he would only know an arduous life. That's why I didn't go out of my way to be gentle when dressing his wounds. If he could just focus on what actually matters. Instead, he obsesses over gaining my approval and compares himself to others. Oh. There's the whistle. If truth be told, no matter what Nagi wants to do, it's my intent to support him. It's his life after all, and no one else's. It isn't my place to interfere. Be that as it may, if he is sabotaging his own aspirations with his accessions for my approval, I cannot simply stand idly by and watch. Loath though I am to impose until my brother has found his answer, might I trouble you to keep an eye on him? Yeah, I can do that. Please take it as a request from me as well. Ever has adventuring been dangerous, and it's more dangerous still for one who spurns help. Like Kefi, I do not wish for Nagi to continue on his current path. As a fellow adventurer, please help him find a better way. Thank you. Now then, on a related matter, I must pay a visit to the Weavers Guild, but I will see you again anon. If you'll excuse me. Man, I really need a drink. Nagi set off this way, so you may find him at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. We leave him in your capable hands, my friend. Because after this, I plan... Is that pink? Yeah! Bro, it looks like a moon burrito. Okay. And I mean, after this, I really need to get some food before stream. Since we're gonna do some Blue Mage fates. And we'll be doing it in the Shadowbringers area, so. Oh, it's you, Reinetier. What is it? Oh my god, it's a Gandalf. Is that so? I'm sorry. This is really something I should be doing alone. Still, it's nice to have someone to talk to. Like my sister bade me, I'm pondering why I chose to become an adventurer in the first place. Guppy has looked after me since I was no more than 10 after our parents passed away. She was already a reporter by then, and her work took her to various places. From her I heard tales about adventures and came to admire them. Upon learning the full extent of the impending calamity, she took us to a village in the mountains where our aunt lived. It's desperate times like these that people need stories of hope, she used to state. And I believed she wanted to remain in Gridania and continue her work, but she left in order to keep me safe. I was a burden to her then. I don't want to be a burden to her again. For that, I need to show her that I do not need to depend on others, that I am capable adventurer who can handle anything by himself. Ponder as I might, I can't understand what's wrong with that. Well, when in doubt, I suppose I should do what adventurers do and gather information. It'd be good, I think, to speak with people like my sister. People who aren't adventurers but are familiar with them. Who in Eldar would fit that description? Adventurers Guild! There is absolutely no more people. That is literally the best source. They handle adventurers all day, but they don't adventure themselves. Of course. Who else but Miss Momodi? In her capacity as guild representative, she's bound to have some valuable insights. I'll seek her out at once. That could have ended horribly at it. Oh my god, he's Squeaky! Oh my god, Squeaky! Okay. Bum ba bum 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 ba dum ba da 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 da. Too bad the Rising music just doesn't play in the entire area of the quest. It'd make me happy, but probably a little much to ask for. I still remember when I first came here to sign up. I was a nervous wreck then, but now this place feels like a second home, and I come all the time for crumpets. Crumpets? What the heck is a crumpet? Is that like a croissant? And okay, you know what? No. I think I know what it is. Never mind. I'm just dumb. They make them so springy and serve them with drowning in butter and honey. Honey butter is a way to go, but man, don't drown yourself in it. Sorry, now isn't the time for that. Come, let's have a chat with Miss Momodi. Well now, if it isn't Reinetier and Nagi. To what do I owe the pleasure of both your companies today? I was hoping to get your advice on a certain matter. I'm not doing voices today. I'm more excited for the event itself, so. Plus, I've had issues with speaking lately, so. I'm just doing normal voices. The misconception you've developed about being an adventurer. That's an interesting one, I have to admit. Try as I might to figure it out, I keep going around in circles. I thought you might be able to offer some insights. This is just a gut feeling, but I reckon I understand what your sister's trying to say. Tell me, Nagi, suppose you failed to get your sister's approval. Would you simply give up on being an adventurer, or would it become all meaningless? Good question. What's your answer? From this here counter, I have indeed seen off many an adventurer, each and every one unique, with dreams and destinations all their own. But in spite of their differences, they all share something in common, a reason for first embarking upon their journey. Reinetier, would you mind telling us why you chose the adventuring life? Oh god, I don't even freaking remember what I said way back when. Or do I? Ha! Oh my god. I'm gonna cry. No one now, if we wanted to answer this in an IRL way, no one recommended the game to me. I found it on my own. I don't remember how. I just stumbled across it. And ironically, I played 15 and an advertisement for 14 back in I believe it was Stormblood days back then. It was in my Final Fantasy XV case, and I did not recognize at all. And then I went back to play 15 on the PlayStation. And then I saw that after I'd already finished, I think, in Walker. I think it was after I finished in Walker. I went to play 15 and do a Let's Play of it and finally finish it once. And I found that. And I was like, you're kidding me. I could have been playing 14 a heck of a lot sooner. But I didn't. It's fine, though. I've enjoyed it. As for in-game, it did seem exciting. It's exciting to think of everything. It works for in-game and her motive as well, because, like, I want to know and learn everything. That has always been my sort of go-to. Jack of all trades, do everything. That's a completionist round for me. That's why I've been working on every job in this game and trying to do as much as I possibly can before every new expansion, every new patch. And then trying to figure out what's coming next. It is so exciting. How very like you. Keep that reason close to your heart now, you hear? And you, Nagi, what inspires you to become an adventurer? It's simple, really. I heard about adventures from my sister and became infatuated with the lives they lead. Like them, I wanted to be able to see the world while helping those in need. Then isn't that enough? Your sister's approval or no, you have a reason all your own. By the 12, I see now, at some point my desire to prove myself to Copy has displaced my own motive for being an adventurer. That's the misconception Copy wanted me to recognize. What a fool I've been. Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong in and of itself, mine. But it's got nothing to do with why you're an adventurer. It shouldn't force you to do things you wouldn't otherwise do, like trying to handle everything alone. Well, that's enough from me for today. I've said my piece. What you do now is up to you, Nagi. Thank you for helping me realize, Miss Momodi. Think nothing of it. It's my job to watch over you all. Nothing makes me happier than to see you happy doing what you do. Thank you too, Reinetier, for accompanying me. I think I know what to say to Copy now. And loath though I am to trouble you again, there's something else I'd like your help with. You see, of the letters we collected in Limsa Lominsa, one was from an explorer who was seeking an escort for an expedition. By now that letter should be on display at the Gold Court. I want to show it to my sister, and I'd be grateful if you could help me find it. Come, let's rejoin the minstrel. Right. But that also explains why there were so many people in this room when I came in the last time. Because this is where I arrived. I came from the Gold Saucer. Like, that's what I was doing earlier. Ah, welcome back. Dare I hope you were able to find the answers? Yes, I am happy to say Miss Mimodi helped me come to a realization, and when I go to speak with my sister... I see, I see. By all means, I feel free to borrow the letter. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics? As I recall, there was a large drawing of a blue chocobo on it. Very well. Let us all search together, the more swiftly to find it. Alright. Hunting down letters. Hunting down letters. That's a letter with the chocobo carriage. This is it. Large blue chocobo. Dear adventurer, how fares your journey? Mine continues, and I wake up to the sound of birds' song, and lie down to sleep beneath the moonlight as I seek unblazed trails. Long ago, when an adventurer aided me, I was made to realize how alike we are. Deep down, we are simply travelers who thrill to make new discoveries. Thus do I write this letter now in hopes of recruiting such like-minded souls to join me on an expedition. If you at all share in my desire to make uncharted charted, then I invite you to seek me out at the Drowning Wench in Limsa Lawenza. Eagerly do I await your coming. This is the letter. It must be the missive Nagi is looking for. Yes. Free. I'm gonna read some of these other ones though. As someone charged with the city's peace, I cannot overstate how much of a boon adventurers are to our efforts. Some folks have expressed concern that an increase in drifters would see a corresponding rise in crimes, but on the contrary, they are steadily declining. Soldiers like ourselves are somewhat limited in the scope of our duties, and we are not always available to lend our citizens what assistance they need. Thus, would I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to adventurers who stepped up to fill the void. Esteemed adventurers, should you chance to read this letter, I pray it finds you well. Much time has passed since you have helped us to rebuild in the wake of that terrible disaster, but we still remember you most fondly. Our lives continue to be hard, and every day brings new challenges. Nevertheless, we have regained a semblance of what we once had, and smiles are beginning to return to faces. The morrow will be brighter than today. This we dare to believe now, thanks to you, and should you yourself face hardship, I pray that you believe the same. Are there any more? This one I haven't read yet. Dear not-so-new adventurer, as a traveling merchant, I've had my fair share of happy encounters. Sharing a carriage with you stands above them all. For you see, I went to sell veritable crate loads of the ring I gave you, and turned enough of a profit to buy my own carriage. You shared with me your adventurer's luck, and I counted my blessings every day. No matter where I go, I often hear tales of your exploits, and it makes me inordinately proud of you to have met you. Till we meet again, my friend, I pray your continued safety and success. Oh my god, I love this so much. Are there any more? Letter with the shield. Wait, did I already read this one? Yeah, I already read that one. Okay, I think that's all of them. Let me see. What the heck? Okay, I'm curious. Welcome to the letter for here, the message of gratitude and encouragement which folks over around and honestly written. It comes to no surprise that few messages are addressed to adventurer. Now we are still in the midst of preparation, but it should be okay. No luck over here so far. How about you? Well, I found it already, but I decided to read some more letters. Sorry for the wait. A blue chocobo. Yes, this is the one. All that's left in is to talk to Kifa. Do you know where she is? She went to the Weaver's Guild, saying she had business there. Perhaps she's buying clothes. At any rate, I'll look for her there. Thank you. Alright, time to follow. And this is for you. This, too, might... oh god, I can't read. For this, too, might I trouble you to accompany Nagi? Afterwards, I ask that you tell me how events unfolded. I shall await you at the Ruby Road Exchange. Okay, I can definitely do that. I was about to anyway. To lead those who walk after. You're here too, Ranger? I must confess, I'm feeling rather nervous, so I appreciate your presence. Oh dear, you came to find me? Apologies for taking so long. So Nutty, were you able to find the answer? Aye, to begin with, I want you to look at this. An explorer is assembling an escort for an expedition. Certainly sounds exciting. In wanting your approval, I was determined not to rely on others, but a part of me dearly wanted to be a part of the expedition, to go where I dare not set foot alone. So I decided that I will answer the invitation. Then this means you've given up on trying to do everything alone? I had wanted to prove to you that I am capable, that I'm no longer a burden, and in my obsession, I lost sight of why I became an adventurer in the first place. To see what lies beyond the horizon and lend a helping hand to those that I meet. That's what drives me, and I will be able to remember this thanks to Miss Momodi and Reinetier. And whether or not you approve, I want to continue adventuring for my own reasons. Is that alright with you? Didn't you just say you didn't need my approval? But to be clear, I never actually intended to stop you. Do you remember what you once told me, Nagi? Shortly before the calamity struck? Oh, he's so small! He's such a little baby! I'm sorry. Did you interview adventurers again today? What were they like? What kind of places have they been to? You never get sick of hearing about adventurers, do you? Never, ever! When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer, too. Well, that's as fine an aspiration as any, but do you know what kind of adventurer you wish to become? A hero like in the tales, perhaps? Oh no, sister, not a hero. Adventurers are free spirits, and I want to be the freest spirit of all. Oh yes, I'll travel the world and meet lots of people, and when I visit home, you can interview me as much as you like. His little tail. For that boy to spurn help, for wanting my approval. I couldn't bear to see it, and in order to bring you to your senses, I may have spoken a little sternly. As an adventurer, you'll experience no small amount of hardships, but you choose your path because you wanted to be free. So don't let yourself be shackled by expectation, be it your own or that of others, and instead take things as they come. So as long as you are true to yourself and recognize your limits, you'll surely find a way forward. And remember, not even heroes can accomplish everything alone. Yeah! Haha! End of the world! I definitely needed the help, even though I literally pushed a button to end it all and tried to do it on my own. A certain dragon wouldn't let me. A certain Garlean prince that had been banished certainly didn't want me to do it alone. Relying on others doesn't make you a lesser adventurer. If anything, the freer we are, the more, oh my goodness, the more we need to look out for one another. And that, I believe, is the essence and beauty of adventuring. Wouldn't you agree, Reinetier? An adventurer is never alone. Except for when their friends disappear. But other than that, you'll find someone. Sometimes. Understood, Kappa. I won't forget this ever. Knowing you, I expect you're raring to answer the explorer's petition in Limsa Limenza. You'll be taking an airship, yes? In which case, I shall give these garments to you now. I had them made for you, thinking it was past time you had something better. For me? Thank you so much, sister. I must thank you too, Ranger. You're the kind of adventurer I admire, and I'll keep on working hard to be just like you. I couldn't have asked for a better person to watch over my little brother. I appreciate everything you've done for him, and look forward to meeting you again, be it for a story or something else. With that, we take our leave of you. Till next time! You see the siblings off, safe in the knowledge that all will be well. Time to rejoin the wandering minstrel and relay to the tale of the happy conclusion. Yay! Man, seeing all new adventurers, old adventurers, all together, it's always fun. What the heck was that? Oh, Reaper. Welcome back, my friend. Judging by your expression, I take it all is well with Nagi and Kipa. I see. Pleased am I to hear that. When we first set out on our journey, it's usually for the simplest of reasons. Yet, as we make our way, those reasons may become lost in a haze of motives, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. In such a time, if we can but remember what prompted us to take our first step, we will always find the strength to take the next. Nagi shall be fine, I am certain of it. My thanks for keeping an eye on him. These events have inspired a new verse in me, a verse about the dreams of those who seek new worlds, and the hopes of those who see them off. Oh yeah, last rising you got Emmett, so... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo! Greetings, Warrior of Light. Well, this is familiar. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again, as I have in the past. I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. 10 years have now passed since the world was reborn from its ashes, since we set forth upon this journey. Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventurer along the way. If truth be told, it hasn't always been easy. There are moments when I wonder why I must struggle so, days when I'm tempted to cast it all aside. But in spite of this, I always manage to carry on, and it is thanks to my wonderful comrades and to you, our esteemed adventurers. By now I must have been regaled with tens of thousands of your tales. You usually share them with a smile, but even when it's with a frown, you tell me that you're still enjoying yourself. With all the heartbreak, definitely with a frown sometimes. 'Tis no exaggeration to say that I derive all of my driving force from you all. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Ours is an unending journey, and nothing would make me happier than if we could keep walking it together. As you make your way, we promise that we will ever be at your side, matching you step for step. Now, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Much time has passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Countless souls have made this place their home. Every single one has left an indelible mark upon it. Whoa! Oh, Phoenix! Louis Swa, is that you? Together we have built this world, and it's our sincerest hope that we shall continue to do so for many years to come. So please be safe and well. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. I dare say Nagi is aboard the airship by now. I pray that he and Copy will find happiness upon their respective paths. I hope you do so as well, my friend. If you would lend me your ear, I would dedicate these verses to your future. By morning light the journey starts, a thrill of hope within our hearts, on westerly wind to river song, into the world where we belong. Bold fields of white of azure sky, sunset storm a crimson fire, jewels a glitter on pitch black veil, a new day's dawn, so goes the tale. By eternal wind we carry on, boldly towards the golden morn, with memories as a guiding star, shining our steps both near and far. Where you will go, whom you will meet, what you will see, there's no telling what the future holds for anyone. Yet come what may, I bid you never forget this. The bonds you forge, the memories you make, and the footprints you leave behind. They shall one day spur you forward. So pray, continue walking your path. Wherever your journey leads, I shall be praying for your happiness. With memories shared, yet all our own. As one we brave frontiers unknown. Thank you for the 10 years. Ah! 10 whole years, man. 10 whole years. It's complete. And then there's one more quest. There's one more quest. You have now access to the letter forest circle and speak with the Tinder station to read the letters. Additionally, you have also unlocked the Koopa Koopa. This is a whoa, new Mentor game. Okay. Speak with Nori in the preview exchange to play. This, along with other mini games, may also play by opening the toy box in any in-room. Woo! A decade of adventure. All right, guys, we know what we gotta do. Where is my adventurer plate? Surfing cap, the frickin'. Hold on. Profile. Do. Where is it? We need it. We need that title. Where is it? Where is the Throne Shaker, Dreamwalker? Where is it? I swear it was just here. I need the one with the year. Where did it go? Did it even come with the title? Yeah, I mean, hold on, let me see. Decade of Adventure. What the frick? Oh, I don't think it actually has. Oh, it would have been so cool if it had a title to go with it. I mean, I guess if you can change into... Well. Okay, where's the... Where's the mounts? We're putting that one there. So that I can share it across the wall like I do with the car. Remembering the past. Let's go! To determine set of your draw the dynamic presence as if you're ever ready to leap into action. There's no mistake. You're an adventurer and a dependable one at that. Tell me, friend, are you familiar with the name Louis Levier? Yes, I'm very familiar. You can say, I never heard of him. No, of course I am. He is the grandfather of my two best friends. What am I supposed to say? No to that? Of course you are. Of course you are. Forgive me my suddenness. I am Nananaji Nononaji, a budding writer, and I seek to pen a biography of the great man. In particular, I wish to cover his movements leading up to the calamity, and to that end, I requested an interview with the Immortal Flames. He served the Eorzean Alliance as a tactician, you see, so there ought to be someone in the order who had dealings with him. And while my request has thankfully been accepted, there is just one problem. I don't have much experience conducting interviews, and I'm worried whether I'll be able to do a proper job. As an adventurer, you are doubtless used to dealing with people. Thus, I would like to ask you to accompany me in the capacity of an assistant. It would be tremendously reassuring to simply have you watch on. And if you're amendable afterwards, I'd like to interview you as well for your own impressions. For your troubles, I'll be certain to credit you as a collaborator. So please, won't you help me with my biography, that the memories of the calamity might be preserved for future generations? Of course! Who am I to turn down an adventure? Unless it's a fishing adventure, in which I've been working on that for years now, and I still haven't completed it. I am in your debt. To begin with, please come with me to Camp Drybone in East Danaland. There is a place I'd like to visit ahead of the interview. So, East Danaland. You all know I don't like deserts, so I actually do kinda look at the map occasionally. And then, since we're going to East Danaland, that gives us the chance to look at this mount. Because we'll be out of the city. Okay, let's do this. I become the Phoenix We can now compete with freaking, wait a minute. Oh, oops. I may have dumbed, but, it's fine. Oh, this is amazing. I am become Phoenix. I have pulled a Louis Soir, and now it can be Dragon versus Burb again. Instead of Louis Soir versus Bahamut, it's Adventure versus... Dude, I really just want a showdown with freaking Xeno, so we both be like in primal forms like this. Us being a Phoenix. Oh man, my brain is gone. My brain has gone. Oh my god. Oh wait, hold on. Character. No, not character. Okay, system. Sound. Let's see. Oh, it just has the standard music. Big sad. But it's fine, it's just the other music. I mean, it makes sense for this mount. But I sometimes wait, hold on, what's this do? Sweet. I do sometimes wish they'd give the mount some music that wasn't just some of the same songs over and over. I was kind of hoping that, like, Granny would have music, but I actually wonder how this mounting's going to work. Because we are become the Phoenix. Oh, what the heck? Okay. I think, okay, you know what? It's still cool, but what if you literally burst into flames and rise from ashes, a pile of ash? That'd be cooler. My thing is, I think too much, so I can come up with like a million ideas of how to make something more interesting or have more lore or something. I don't know. People yell at me for giving too many ideas all the time, so they're like, stop, you're giving me too many ideas. There you are to explain why we're here. Oh, but I haven't even asked your name. How am I supposed to credit you if I don't even know that much? Reinetier Crystallum. Reinetier Crystallum? The Reinetier Crystallum? Champion of Eorzea? Small wonder I felt you were dependable. With one such as you helping me, everything will surely go well. But getting back to business, the interview I've arranged is with an officer of the Immortal Flames. As there's still time, however, I thought we'd pay a visit to the nearby graveyard first so I can explain my motivation for the biography. I come from a small village near the Cartano Flats. It was burned down in the calamity, and those who died were laid to rest here, my parents among them. It is hardly an uncommon tale. After the dread primal emerged from Dolomot, he unleashed fiery devastation across the length and breadth of Eorzea. But as much as the calamity has scarred the realm, it is quickly becoming just another event in the history books. Yes, with as many people saying, why do we keep going back to the calamity? And I'm like, it's lore and it works really well. Beyond occasionally giving thanks to the archons that Eorzea was saved, people spare it little thought. That is true. But when you've lost so many loved ones, it's hard to feel that anything was saved. That's why I wish to know more about Louis Soir. By learning about his part in Eorzea's salvation, I hope that I will attain closure. That is my motivation for writing that biology. Now then, in preparation for the interview, let's review what is known about our subject. I should know a fair amount about him, considering. It's difficult to define exactly when the Seventh Umbral Calamity was set in motion. Many historians, however, point to the Empire's Meteor Project, which sought to bring Dalamut down upon Eorzea. Dun, 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 dun. Oh! Boy! Whoa! The joy of knowing that. But, interesting. Interesting. That we get one of the 12 on these posters. And then we got Raban on that one for Old Da. It was the year 1562 of the Sixth Astral era. Seeking to combat the Imperial threat, Louis Soir founded the Circle of Knowing, an order whose objective was the preservation of Eorzea. Through its members, the Archons of Charlian, the Circle worked to unite the nations of Eorzea in common cause. The result was the formation of the Grand Companies in the 3 city-states, the Immortal Flames, the Order of the Twin Adder, and the Maelstrom. None of these would exist now if it were not for their efforts. And then there is the year 1572, when the situation was coming to a head. Louis Soir himself made the journey to Eorzea in secret and engaged with each of the nations. What took place during that time is what I seek to learn in the interview. If anyone remembers, considering we all know the Calamity wiped our memories, which is why when we start, we don't have a clue. We're just told, we just know there were some heroes, and all you could see is their silhouettes. The man we're due to meet is the contact for the Free Brigade, a unit formed of adventurers, and he apparently had Louis Soir's assistance for a mission. The meeting place is Highbridge, to the northeast. It's more or less time now, so let's make our way there. Okay, well, let's Phoenix. Become Louis Soir. Good thing I did the other mission. That makes this more interesting to become Phoenix like Louis Soir. Become Phoenix like Louis Soir and work on his biography. Okay. Just need to click on the destination. But yeah, it would be so cool to fight Xenos as we're Phoenix and he be Shinryu and we just battle it out and it'd be like history repeating itself. Although Xenos is completely gone, so we can't have that unless we find another shard of Xenos that does the same thing and then we fight it out as Phoenix versus Dragon. I'm having too much fun. If that's even something you could do. It's probably something you could do. You're the ones who seek an interview. I must say, I wasn't expecting to see the champion of Eorzea. I am Nana Naji Nono Naji, the writer who made the request, and Rangers kindly accompany me for the interview. I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule to humor me. Come now, no need for the thanks. Like everyone, I hold Louis Soir in the highest esteem. If you wish to know about him, Holly Aubrey is always glad to oblige. I should just return in the adder form. Without further ado then, let us begin. My understanding is you had dealings with Louis Soir. Could you please tell me the details? As you know, our grand companies were formed thanks to the Circle of Knowing, but it wasn't until Dalamut began turning red that Louis Soir first appeared. It began with the word that an elderly Elzen man had come to Gridania who held the key to vanquishing primals. Upon learning of this, I sent an adventurer of the Free Brigade to make contact with him. I later learned that the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder had done the very same. At that time, our companies weren't yet collaborating with each other. Each one only thought to stay ahead of the others. If truth be told, at first we didn't think much of Louisoix, only that he was the leader of the scholars who studied peculiar prophecies. But when the adventurers reported back, our opinion of the man completely changed. With his spellcraft, Louisoix had opened the way to Ifrit's domain, and by the hand of the dauntless adventurers, the Lord of the Inferno was brought low. Alas, many defeats preceded that victory, as it was reported that countless shard corpses laid strewn in the bowl of embers. Now the mission also yielded a shocking revelation. Following the battle, Lias now Van Darnus of the 7th Imperial Legion appeared and told the adventurer that the hour of reckoning was at hand, that Dalamot would soon fall and cleanse the land. That was when we realized that the Empire was behind the Red Boots anomaly. Man, this makes me want to run Coils of Bahamut again. If I could find people to run it with, because God knows that coil can be a pain in the ass, even solo. Even at level 90. So thanks to Louisoix, you came to be aware that of the Meteor Project. Still, it doesn't seem like you had much to act upon. As you say, afterwards we scrambled to learn all we could about the project. For a blessing, we had the cooperation of a Garlean defector, Sid Garland, whom you know well. Yes, very well. Except, you know, we don't really hang out as much. We don't do much with Sid. He revealed the details of the project, that it utilized a transmission tower to pluck Dalamut from the heavens, all for the purpose of plunging us savages from the realm. Frickin' Solus, why, Emmett, Bud, why you build an empire to do this to us? I could continue telling you what I know, but from this point on, there is someone better suited than I am. If you're interested, I would be glad to introduce you to this individual. What say you? Well now, we'd be keen to speak with this person indeed. Very well, I will send word to the Adder's Nest. If you could take yourselves to Akupula Falls, I will arrange for a meeting there. To go to such lengths to help us, I can't say how grateful I am. Do not mention it. As I said, I hold Louisoix in the highest esteem. He was the one who brought the three nations together, and nothing would please me more than for him to be remembered. Remember us? Remember him? Well, it's past time I return to Ul'dah. I pray that the coming interview bears you fruit. Looking at the time, my stream might be a little bit late, depending. I still gotta order food after this. The lieutenant certainly has a great respect for Louisoix. And thanks to him, we have another promising interview. Come, let's head for Gridania, where the Archon had sojourned. Right, well, lucky me, I can do this. New Gridania, just poof. Oh joy, it's playing here too. Well, for a moment. Only when I passed under those letters. So this is a Poku Falls. The conspicuous lack of the creatures aside, it's quite a beautiful place. Now then, the person we are to meet should be along shortly. I was told there were those who wished to learn about Louisoix, and who should one of them be but Captain Crystal. Yeah! Because I'm a twin adder. Well met. I am Lieutenant Shiro Falk of the Order of the Twin Adder. Bro, please tell me I greet in the... Please let me do it. Let me do it. Yeah! Nana Naji, no. Naji, at your service, thank you for sparing the time to speak with us. Ironically, this is where all the summoner freaking quests happen too, so it makes it all the greater for me. Think nothing of it. I must say, though, that Lieutenant Aubrey chose the perfect spot for the subject matter. Yep, this place is very significant. Louisoix spent much time in rumination here in the days before the calamity. We Gordonians being somewhat reserved by nature. At first, the citizens kept their distance. But in time, people warmed to him. He patiently lent an ear to their troubles, healed hurts, and offering counsel, and gradually earned their trust. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. Louis Spa. Whoa, spa day. It does look like a spa though. Louis Spa spoke those words and lived up to them. He was the atomic epitome of Charlene's sage, and as I recall myself, be moved. Now, shortly after we become aware of the meteor project, the hamlet of Quirima was attacked by the primal Garuda. Both soldiers and civilians were among the casualties. So was back then, it was Ifrit, Garuda, then Titan? For us, it was Ifrit, Titan, then Garuda. The Order of the Twin Adder moved to vanquish the primal, but we were not alone. Through Louisoix's meditation, we had the support of not only our sister grand companies, but the capable adventurers of the realms over besides. Using an artifact known as the Vortex Feather, the Archon opened the way for a band of adventurers to sally forth into Garuda's turbulent domain, where they felled the fearsome being. Is this why we get vortex feathers? More lore! Upon her defeat, however, the primal dispersed ether did not return to the land. Instead, it was absorbed into the Red Moon Dolomite. Oh god! It works like the ultimate weapon! And when the Empire constructed a new base in Mordona, the Elder Seaseer saw the need for divisive action and put forth a proposal, the formal reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, which had for so long lain dormant. The initial response from the other nations was lukewarm at best. They felt that the burden to be borne by each party was excessive, and that they were loath to do aught that would place them at a disadvantage against their rivals. But the revelation that a lunar transmitter had been erected in the Imperial base prompted a change of heart. The tower controlled the Helmut's descent, and if it could be destroyed, then the meteor project would be forestalled. After having constantly been on the back foot, our nations were motivated to join hands that we might strike a decisive blow against the enemy. Thus was the Eorzean Alliance reformed as the Circle of Knowing had hoped. I love how they all have a staff or sword, and Meryl just has a gun. At the same juncture, Louisoix was asked to join the Alliance as a tactician. In that capacity, he provided sage counsel to the heads of the state. So although he was at first treated with wariness, Louisoix earned our trust through his actions and paved the way to enduring cooperation between our nations. Indeed, were it not for him, we'd all have perished divided. We owe Louisoix a great debt. Now then, I expect you might be interested in hearing about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. Let me guess, we're going to Limsa Lominsa. But for that, Tara, I'd recommend you seek out another, a decorated soldier who actually took part in the operation. Though a hardened warrior, she is quite friendly and should be glad to regale you with her experiences. So I send her word on your behalf. We'd be duly grateful. But I called it! Very well, if you could take yourself to Maelstrom Command and Limsa Lominsa, I shall see it to it that she knows to expect you. With that, I shall take my leave and pray the biography success. Okay. I am so sorry if I'm reading too fast and my words come out a little jumbled. I am excited, so slowing down is kind of hard. Everyone has been more helpful than I had dared hope. It seemed Louisoix had quite an influence on others. Yeah. That interview gave us some valuable insights to his character, and I'm eager to see what we learned in the next. Come, let's head to Limsa Lominsa. Limsa Lominsa. It's always fun to say it. It's so fun to say Limsa Lominsa. I remember struggling with it so freaking much when I was an Arcanist. I was like, yeah, Limsa Maminza. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this. Normally I just make something up as I go. I don't visit Limsa very often anymore either. Like, I find that I spend most of my time most likely in the Tempest and or like Gridania or the Gold Saucer. And there it is, Maelstrom Command. Shall we then? I spend a lot of time still in the Shadowbringer areas. Reinetier, ever the sight for sore eyes, and you must be Naji. Right. Ah, my God. I am so sorry, Makotes, but your names are difficult. Ra'ashi Ra'iki at your service. I understand you wish to hear about the operation to destroy the lunar transmitter. Indeed, I am penning a biography of the Archon Louisoix, you see, for which I am interviewing people who had dealings with him. I truly appreciate your time. You are very welcome. I would be glad to assist in even if it wasn't a request from Lieutenant Fulk. In just a simple wave, I'm not from the Maelstrom. I'm an adder. Now then, to continue where he left off, it was shortly after the Eorzean Alliance was formed. Our scouts returned with word that the 7th Legion had activated the lunar transmitter in their fortress in Mordona. Now known as Castrum Centauri, the fortress was originally called Castrum Novum before the 14th Restoration and 14th restored and renamed it. It was in order to break through its defenses and destroy the transmitter that our three nations joined hands, and we were determined to succeed. The strategy that Louisoix proposed was elegant in its simplicity. While our main force drew the Guardians' attention with an all-out siege, an elite band of adventurers would infiltrate the castrum and make for our objective. Oh, for 5 seconds I thought that Elzen was freaking Harsherfont and I was gonna sob and I was gonna cry. But it's not! We're fine! We're fine! It just gave me Harsherfont vibes at a glance. Even though he's an archer and Harsherfont was not. We had entrusted adventurers with ridding us of the primals. Now we entrust them with the very fate of Eorzea. I still remember the operation as if it were yesterday. Though we met with the fierce resistance, we fought more fiercely. No matter the cost, we had to ensure the adventurers had a chance to strike the transmitter. And when the message arrived bearing word that they had succeeded, it makes my heart sore to recall that moment of triumph. That day we learned that by standing together, the people of Eorzea could oppose even the might of the Empire. 'Tis no exaggeration to say that the victory paved the way for Eorzea's future. Without it, there would not have been an Operation Archon. Alas, it wasn't all glad tidings, for though we destroyed the transmitter, Nalvandaris appeared and claimed that he no longer needed the device to bring down Dalamut, that he himself had the power to do so. So long as Vandaris lived, the threat of destruction remained, and so, branding him an enemy of all life to all life in Eorzea, the nations of the Alliance undertook a desperate manhunt. At length, they located him in Karthus and sent their greatest warriors to hunt him down. Leading that fathomable band was the adventurer whom they called the Warrior of Light, and though no records remain of the fierce encounter, one thing is certain. At the battle's conclusion, Nalvandaris was brought low. As you know, however, our woes did not end with the White Raven, for Louisoix and his disciples determined that Dalamut would continue to fall. In a last-ditch bid to prevent the realm's annihilation, the Circle of Knowing issued a request to the Eorzean Alliance to secure the Cartano Flats, where the Red Moon was expected to crash. 'Tis no simple task, for the entirety of the 7th Legion had amassed in Cartano, but it was necessary in order to perform a ritual to stop Dalamut, a ritual that invoked the power of the 12. So it was that the Battle of Cartano was joined, and I dare say you know how the tale continues. To everyone's shock, the elder primal Bahamut emerged from Dalamut and proceeded to unleash his fury upon the realm. Aye, and though all bore witness as Louisoix initiated the ritual, none remember what came to pass afterwards. Neither what happened to Bahamut, nor the realm that nor why the realm was reborn. The haze that affected memories of the calamity, but people remember events prior to that moment. Yes, if so, do you know if anyone was near Louisoix during the battle? Someone who may have spoken with him? Are we going to happenstance across over to Ishgard? If someone was near him, I'm afraid I do not know. He was atop a rise for a ritual, while I was a good distance away on the front lines. Unless we go to our Scion friends. My apologies. No, please don't apologize. You shared a wealth of information and I couldn't ask for more. I mean, we got all of our Scion buddies. They were definitely with him. At some point, I'd imagine. Well, if you are satisfied, then so am I. With that, I shall return to my duties. I look forward to reading the biography when it's finished. And me over here just craving for more knowledge. Now I have a grasp of events leading up to the calamity, and yet... Oh, forgive me, I was deep in thought. In no small part due to your help, I've managed to learn a great deal. But there is still more that I wish to know. Might I trouble you to accompany me a little longer? If you are willing, please let me know. Yes, let's go! preserving the future. You'll continue to accompany me then. Wonderful. Come, let's head to the Drowning Wench to discuss our next move. Who walked before to lead those who walk after? Again, it is so hard not to sing along with some of these songs. It's like a try not to sing a Disney song challenge, except with Final Fantasy XIV, and it is really, really hard. Especially 14 music is freaking amazing. Our research proceeds apace so far. We've learned things not found in literature. But tell me, based on what you have heard from our interviewees, what is your opinion of Louisoix? Others deserve. No, he was an exceptional leader. I agree, he possessed great leadership. If not, he couldn't have established the framework to realize his plans, no matter how brilliant they may have been. What struck me was how grateful the interviewees were to Louisoix for bringing their nations together in cooperation. It was nothing short of necessary for survival. Yet in knowing this, I cannot help but wonder, in his capacity as tactician, it seems to me he had done more than enough by devising a plan and facilitating its execution. He went far beyond that, risking life and limb on the front lines for a land not his own. Perhaps he needed to be there for the ritual. Perhaps he felt a sense of duty. Even so, as noble as it is to desire to help others, what good is it if you end up sacrificing yourself? What was it that compelled Louisoix to go to Cardinaux, and what went through his mind as the battle unfolded? Well, there are many reasons. If you, happen to hear about a certain final days from a certain lady that has a name that starts with an H, but actually starts with a B. In order to do his biography justice, I really need to know these things. Oh, goodness. If Louisoix had people near him at the time, perhaps he shared words with them in his final moments, words that could provide some insight, but were to begin searching for such individuals, assuming they exist. Mordona? The Scions? Him, maybe? Sorry, friends, but I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. It just so happens I know a bloke that served among Louisoix's guard at Cardinaux. Great. Coincidence. Truly, you know someone who was with him? What a happy coinkydink. Aye, and as far as I'm aware, he wasn't keeping the fact a secret just for good measure, though. Why do you want to speak with him? I'm doing a biography on Louisoix. Louisoix's biography, eh? In that case, I'd reckon the bloke would be willing to cooperate. Orn Gosham's his name, and he was a lieutenant of the Mount. Please tell me we're not going in circles again. Maelstrom, after the calamity, he turned to adventuring so as to be... Oh, maybe he is at Mordona. Nope, the common folk. Well, I mean, considering this is a level 50, yeah, most likely it's going to be Mordona. A Maelstrom officer turned adventurer. Well, most keen to speak with him. Where may he be found? Probably Mordona. Oh, interesting. Well, Ern dropped by the other. He said he had business at the Moray Dry Docks. If you're lucky, he might still be there. Okay. Understood. We're in your debt. We can't let this chance pass us by, Reinetier. Let's take ourselves to the dry docks at once. Yeah, here I was hoping it might be in Mordona. It's always so nostalgic to hear this music. I still remember running around day one as a little baby arcanist. Coming in here, picking up things. It's nostalgic. If I close my eyes, I can still see it. With that little headband on my head instead of the super long hair. Well, not super long. Honestly, if we're being honest, this is not long hair. This is like medium length hair for women. Okay. let's just do this. Oh yeah, and as you can see, I was in fact working on getting my healers up because I was doing that in Shadow Bringers. And the reason why I was able to do it was because Scholar is little baby. And I can't Scholar for my life. I can't Scholar for my life. I can't Scholar to save my life. I can Astrologian. I can Light Mage. Heck, I've actually started to learn how to Sage. I can't Scholar. Right. Where could Orn be? In hindsight, we should have asked what he looks like. His name would suggest he's a Midlander, but, well, nothing for it but to make inquiries. Let's split up for the task and meet here again. Phoenix! I'm sorry, but I've only just started helping out here. I'm still learning our customers' names. I couldn't say if it's the person you're after, but a man did come by earlier who appeared to be an adventurer. He bought a Nemelian lily that we're currently trialing. Okay. That's going to be up. So, become Phoenix. Well, up and over, but... Orn, as it happens, I spoke with him just earlier. He said that he wanted to buy flowers, so I directed him to a vendor. Not sure where he is at now, though. God, I can see the old days. It's back when I was a little baby adventurer, a little sprout. Looking for Orn Gonkum, you say. Don't know anyone by that name, I'm afraid. I did walk by an unfamiliar fellow just now, though, over by the mark of the spinner. He had a flower in his hands, so he caught my eye. You have an inkling to where Orn might be. Time to rejoin Nana Naji. Where's the baby adventurer? There you are, Reinetier. Were you able to learn anything? Yeah, he's by the spinner stone. So a man who could be earned bought a Nemeli lily and then went to the mark of the spinner. If we hear... Oh, God, I remember her. Fighting her was annoying. Her and her brother. We're probably going to see them again in the next raid. If we hurry there, we might be able to find him. Let's go. Or... Oh, but yeah, there is the Wanderer. We'll probably end up fighting him that time, too. My brain is going on the theory run of trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Oh my goodness. Back here again. There's so much nostalgia doing this quest. Will she deal us a bad deck? A bad hand. Oh my god! It looks like Thancred with sideburns. Begging your pardon, sir, but are you Lieutenant Ern Gertcom? He looks like Thancred with sideburns. I haven't been a lieutenant for years, but that's me. What can I do for you? I'm gonna cry. I'm dying inside. I recognize this is sudden, but... So, you're writing Louis Sua's biography, and you want to hear my account as someone who is near on hand at Cartno. There must be a reason that you're here too, the warrior of light who led us to... We knew this would happen eventually! There must be a reason that you're here too, the warrior of light who led us to victory in Operation Archon. Very well, I will tell you my tale. Now then, where to begin? Every time I hear that, all I hear is Elizabeth saying, "Ah, the end." As you know, the battle was fought over the land where Dolomont was expected to fall. In the beginning, neither side was able to gain the upper hand, but when the Imperials deployed their Magitech armor, our ranks were thrown into disarray. Those charged with protecting Louis Suave like me could only watch the carnage from afar, and though our forces managed to hold out thanks to the adventurer contingent, we sustained grievous casualties. But the real tragedy was what followed. As Delamont hurtled towards us, it began shedding fragments of itself before finally bursting open to unleash the primal Bahamut. As all below looked on in shock, the battle completely forgotten, Bahamut took wing and spewed fire all over the land. Man and Magitech armor alike were set ablaze and sent flying like so many insects. I only realized that I had stopped breathing when a commanding voice broke my trance. "You've done enough," Louis Suave told us. "Now fly and save yourself." Oh my god, it's Louis Suave Gandalfing! But like my fellow guards, I wanted to remain. I couldn't charge into battle beside my comrades. At the very least, I would do my duty here and protect Louis Suave to the last. Oh, I need a tissue. Give me a second. But upon seeing us standing there, not making a move, Louis smiled and spoke towards us. "If you would give your lives to protect something, then protect my hopes. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope. Bright and brilliant, so live, I bid you, and among those who bear the light for others to follow." Those words awakened us to greater purpose. If there was hope in my living, then I would live as Louis Suave bid. No matter what, I would survive, and so, together with my fellows, I began making my retreat. Alas, we hadn't gotten far when an explosion erupted and sent us sprawling. I struggled to my feet just in time to see the enormous, menacing silhouette of Bahamut looming over Louis Suave, and the next instant he was enveloped in light, and that was the last I remember of him. And then I have the rest of the story from my time doing the coils. Louis Suave's final moment. Amidst that light, he looked to be smiling. What he was thinking in that moment, I couldn't say, but one thing is certain, we all of us are alive thanks to him. Following the calamity, it was reported that Louis Suave had defeated Bahamut and set about the land's miraculous regeneration. Do you believe this is the truth? I mean, he did become the Phoenix. Every soul who lives to determine their own fate is a source of hope. Enter Dynamis. What we've learned has reaffirmed my belief, Reinetier. The belief that Louis Suave was not an all-powerful savior one reads about in tales, but merely an ordinary man. But that man never forsook Eorzea. No, he stood for this realm to the last, he and countless other brave souls, and saved it from becoming a scorched waste. Against unimaginable adversary he fought, and at the cost of his life, paved the way to a brighter future for all of us. The least I can do in return is tell his story, spread his message that where there is life, there is hope. Thanks to your account, I believe I have found an angle for the biography. I am truly grateful. Would you care to offer prayer as well? The prayer that the light of hope which Louis Swath preserves shall ever burn bright. Allow me to thank you again for recounting your experiences to us. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks for giving me the chance to share Louis Swath's words. All these years I have avoided speaking of the moment of his passing out of respect, but it would not do to take the tale to my grave. Through the biography, it is my hope that his spirit will live on in all of us. Now then, if you excuse me, I shall resume my pilgrimage to the marks. Wherever your travels take you, I shall be praying for your safety. Nima lilies, the symbol of safe passage. As Louis Swath stood there in Cartano, I wonder if he likewise prayed for someone's safety. At any rate, these interviews have yielded everything I had hoped for, and more. Come, let us return to Ul'dah. I'll have a reward for you in Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. And back we go. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. Yo. Wait a minute. I think someone from... Most of my friends haven't been online, so I haven't. No, I recognize that name. Hello? I'll talk to her in a minute. Once I finish this quest. There you are. I ended up troubling you longer than I had intended, but it was a truly fruitful series of interviews. How fortunate that we could hear from those who lived that fateful time. While I still have many questions, the biography is beginning to take shape in my mind. I also feel as though I've obtained a measure of closure. Louis Swath fought simply as one of us, and he made an ultimate sacrifice that might endure. This I've come to realize and appreciate thanks to everyone's heartfelt testimonies. Now then, last but not least, I'd like to ask you for your thoughts on something. According to Orn, Louis Swath smiled in his final moment, as he was enveloped in light. What do you imagine he held in his mind? His kids, grandkids, for sure! The image of mankind thriving in the future. I see. I appreciate your thoughts. As I pen the biography, I'll be certain to remember your words. Well, sad though it is, it's time for us to part ways. I'll set to work on a draft, and I won't rest until the biography goes to print. Thank you for all your help, my friend. I couldn't have come this far without you. Woohoo! And we get new stuff for portraits. The man, the myth, the legend. I love the naming conventions that they use. An end of an era. Alright. And that ends the Rising event for this year. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I've had fun. I hope you guys had fun. I'm gonna go talk to this old friend.